I'm a big fan of Adam Vision Studios and his one-button arcade collection. There are now 9 games, of which Poosh XL is the 9th of them, and I've pretty much reviewed, I think, every single one on this channel, and I've created a playlist showing you these because they're the quintessential distillation of a score attack arcade game. One button, neon infused, heavy like beat soundtrack in the background, and you've just got to go up against the procedurally generated levels in front of you to see how far you can get on the leaderboard. Poosh XL is probably the most realised version of this one-button arcade to date because you've got that general survival level which sees you trying to get as far as you can, score as high points as you can, and then place yourself on the online leaderboard. But it has a challenge mode too, which is full of different like handcrafted levels that really test out exactly whether or not you've got this simple mechanic down to a T. Now that simple mechanic is that you are pushing your circle up the track basically, but you're doing it with the one button so you can see the trajectory bouncing left and right, but also on the axis of strength going up and down at the same time. It only really gives you the option to go back and forth once before you start to get pressured into a move. And that's because at the bottom of the screen, a laser starts to appear. And that appears quicker and goes up quicker the further you get into the game. And so you're constantly thinking, go, to try and get out and maneuver yourself around various different devices. Now, sometimes you aren't afforded the luxury of even being able to sit still, and that's because you might have pushed yourself into like a corner, which means that you've got to kind of push to get round an object, or it could be that you've landed on a conveyor belt or next to a black hole that's busy sucking you in. And quite often actually the black holes I found were problematic for me because I'd always be like up against a wall or being dragged backwards, and then that would kill me with a laser. So you're having to kind of boop, 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 and almost like shuffle chalk push your way around the levels, and it's really quite tricky to make sure that you do it right. Because you can only see a little bit in front of you as well, and you do get some kind of shade of light for where the next object is coming down from sometimes, which can be very, very helpful. You're always still kind of having to react to what's going on around you. So it's never always the best move to do a full pelt push to fly up the screen, because quite often you'll put yourself into a position that you can't get yourself out of. I found this game incredibly addictive, as I have done with all Adam Vision Studio games. They're that quintessential slice between so ridiculously simple, you kind of go, why am I playing this? Whilst also going, well, retry all the way through. The music from very handsome Billy always caps off these games nicely too. And so, yeah, I found this just incredibly easy and simple to play. I do recommend, if you like this type of game and you're thinking, that's right up my street, grab the collection of 9 Score Chaser games, or the one-button arcade sets from Adam Vision Studios. I've got videos of them all, I think, on my channel in a playlist. Dive into them. They just do what they say on the tin and do it exceptionally well, and they are so Moorish and addictive that you kind of find yourself half an hour later going, for God's sake, whilst you hit replay because you've just killed yourself in a stupid move that you knew wasn't going to work and you panicked. Written review over on highplayinggames.com. Poosh XL out now.